Hi, this is Rebecca Sackett. I've done several videos now with the monthly calendar view. So this one I did for PTO. It's going to show any of mine, and it'll show the status. It's kind of got a gallery here inside of it that is showing from SharePoint. So there's somewhere I wanted to do more, like with a supervisor where he could see all other people, but it's just too much to fit in here. So what I'm going to try to do today is do a weekly view. So that way you'll see 1 week at a time and have it where it's long and you can see kind of the names listed of who has days. I think there's a few ways I can use that, but for sure, right at this moment, I can use it for the PTO. So I'm still kind of working out the details. There's a possibility I will change my mind on a few things as I'm going, but you can just kind of watch me work through it. And if I do like it, then I'll have the video to remember how I did it. So I've got a screen here I just did a little design on. I haven't really done anything to it. This is just a label that we're going to put a value there. This is a gallery I did put in. So I just set the items to calendar weekday short. And then this is a label here that just says this value. And then you'll also notice that the Saturday and Sunday is slightly different color. That's because we don't, for sure you're not going to schedule PTO here on a weekend. So what I did was just a simple if statement. So if it's Saturday or Sunday, give it this color, and if not, then just leave it clear. So that's just a little simple thing. And we'll probably go ahead and do the same down here once we put that in. So first we're going to do a few on visible variables. The month, I thought this was going to be harder, but I actually think that this is less complicated than the monthly one. So let's go ahead and do this. On the app start, I always have this that sets the current date to today. So we will refer to that. You'll need to have that somewhere. I would suggest on the app start if you're going to do it because it's not going to change. And then we're going to set a few variables that are on the screens on visible here. So we want to go ahead and do where it starts. So so it's going to be like the date selected. So it'll kind of give us a starting point, which we'll set to today's date. I'm not sure if what else we're going to do with the date selected. So we may use that in a few places, but we're going to at least go ahead and give it a starting place. So we've already got the current date set, so that's what we're going to refer to for the date selected. So we're going to set date selected to current date, which is my variable. And then the next thing we need to do is we're going to set the first day of the week. So basically, if we have this date, we know what all the rest of these are. So it kind of gives us a starting place. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get that set. And I've tried this a couple different ways. This is currently the way I think is the easiest. I could possibly change my mind after a week. So if I do come up with a different way I like better, I will make a video and post it below. But right now, I think this one's fairly easy, so that's what I'm going to stick with. So we're going to set a variable called first day of week. And then we're going to use switch in here. And what we're going to look for is the weekday. So when you're referring to the weekday here, it is a number value. So my weekday is going to start with Sunday. So Sunday would be 1, Monday would be 2, Tuesday would be 3, and so on. So each of them have a number value. So that's what we're going to look at. And this is date selected Monday. So we're going to do, so if the weekday of the date selected, so if my current date, weekday is 7, then I'm going to do date add, date selected, minus 6 days. Whoop, let's try it again. So if the current date weekday value is 7, I want to deduct 6 from it, which gives me 1. If the current weekday value is 6, then I'm going to deduct 5 from it, would give me 1. Basically, we're trying to figure out the date with a value of 1 based off the date selected. So we're going to just kind of duplicate this down so it don't have to get too complicated. And okay, so we'll deduct 6 from that one, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I really wouldn't have to include this one. I don't have to because it's not deducting anything, but sometimes I leave it like that regardless because it just helps me remember what I'm doing. So you could just say if it's 1, then it's date selected. And then we've got to say if it's none of those, which it should never be, but you have to put something here when you switch. I'm just going to say give me the January 1st date. Missing an E. Okay, so that is really the only variable we need here. Make sure when you put it on the on visible, you just kind of go away and come back. So now let's just go ahead and make sure, let's see, the label, that'll be the first little indicator. So I want to make this say the month and the year of the dates. What did I do? Move that box. The dates that are down here. So let's do text. First day of week, and month and year. Okay, that shows. So apparently the first day of week is set and fine. So these are going to go, this is going to go back a week, forward a week. So again, we're just going to basically modify the first day of the week. So it's pretty simple here. We're going to say if you click on this, we're going to set the first day of week to what is the first day of week now. Before I set this, minus 7 days. So basically deduct 7 days off the date for what is currently there. And then this side we're just going to add 7. So pretty simple on this one. Okay. So now we're going to put a gallery here. So we're going to insert, let me think, let's do blank vertical. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make it fit here. I like having a little box or something behind where I have like the sizes. It just saves a little time being able to click and drag there. So we're going to set this one with a wrap count of 7. I do the calendars. I don't like the padding. It just messes me up. And then the template size actually is just going to be the full height of the gallery for right now. So, okay. Now the items on this is going to be fairly simple. It's just going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And now we're going to put some labels in here. So first I want one about the same size as this that has the date. So actually I'm just going to copy that so I kind of get the sizing right. Maybe change it to just regular, not the thick one. And yeah, I'm going to keep the color the same. That's fine. So I want this, since I don't want it to just show a number for the date, I want it to show the full date, because if it's only showing a week at a time. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use this value, but we've got to add some stuff in here with it. So we're going to, let me just take that out and do date, add, first day of week, this item, value, days. And we want it short. Perfect. Okay, so oh, that's kind of big. Let's make that font a little smaller. That's better. Okay, before I go any further, I want to go ahead and go forward and backwards a little and make sure these dates are changing. So, perfect. I like that. Okay. This one here, I have the fill for Saturday and Sunday, like we talked about earlier. I want to do the same down here. So even though I carried that down, it's a little different now. And I want to do a couple of fills. So what I want it to do is show a different color in here if it is a different month. So, you know, you get and you have the 30th here and the 1st here, I want to know. And then I want a different color if it's a weekend day. So we're going to do both. I don't really need it in just that box. I suppose I could do it in the template fill. So let's try that for the gallery. I'm going to actually just insert a box. I need the lines and all that anyway. So let's do a box here. Okay. Make it kind of fill in here. I'm going to send it to the back, just because. And give it a border. I think that's what I have on this. Oh, let's take that fill out because it's messing me up here. Let's just give it nothing for right now. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do the fills for this. Let's do a few things. So what I normally do when I'm trying to figure out what colors I want is I'll just kind of, you know, go through and play around with them a little. I already know what color this is right here, so I'm going to use that. I'm just going to drop that over in my notepad and then drop that over here. And then let's see what color I want for if it's a different month. Oh, that's too dark. Let's just do this one. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple if statements. So we're going to say if weekday date add first day review this item dot value So if the weekday of this date in this box, remember that date add first day in view. Actually, I'm not referring to first day of view. It needs to be first day of week. Let's just have it. Okay. If the first day of view, is that what we gave it? Sorry, like I said, you are watching me think. Date add first day of view, this item, this value days. That's right. So if this date here, the weekday value is 1 or 7, so that would be Sunday or Saturday. Then I want that slightly red color that I used up top. I'm gonna find my mouse here. There it is. Okay. If not, then I want you to look at something else. If the month of first day of week equals the month of, I'm gonna copy this right here because we're gonna use this a lot. I got extra parentheses, sorry. Month of this current date so if the first day of the week is, so if Sunday's month is the same as whatever box I'm in's month, then I don't need any special color, right? I just want it clear. Otherwise, I'm going to give it that little grayish color that we had. Okay, that closes that, and that closes that. All right, we got Saturday and Sunday, so let's go to another month to make sure that the other part worked. Okay, so now we've got it always Saturday and Sunday, and then it goes darker if it's the next month. You could reverse the order of it, so you just got to figure out which one you would want to trump the other. So you could say if it's next month, then always make it this color, but if it's a current month and it's the weekend, make it pink. Either one would work. I don't know which one I like better. Okay, so the other one that we did was right too, but I'm going to leave it the way I need it for mine. So the next piece that we're going to do is we're going to actually put a gallery in below here. And what we're going to refer to when we're trying to compare the dates is going to be this right here. You could refer to the label, but I wouldn't. I would use this. Inserting a gallery into a gallery can be tricky. So what I normally do is I'll click on a label or something in there and try it, but I'll be honest, there's times where it takes me a couple tries. Oh, first try, buy a lottery ticket. Okay, so I'm gonna take the padding off. I don't like them on these. I'm going to make this a little short and just insert a label. Nothing special. We'll work on that in a minute. Okay, so I have this tied to the PTOs in here, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, so we're going to add some filtering on here. So mine has, sometimes it would be just if there's only one date, but this one actually has a start and stops date on it. So we have the beginning and the end, so we're going to have to do a range on it. So let's filter off of, I don't remember if I still have that on my clipboard, so I'm going to grab it. Okay, so filter for, I usually over parentheses and then I go back and remove them if I can. So I'm going to do date value, my date from. I'm doing it in the text because I want it to get to the same format, but then I have to put it back outside the date value so that I can actually compare if it's less or more than. So if the date from, oh, you know what? I do the range on the monthly. This one is actually going to be, no, it is still, yeah, it's going to be range. Date from is less than or equal to okay, I can't put this one in text. May be able to do that as just date from, but let's try it like this first before we do and make sure. So if this and the date to, which would be the end date for mine, is greater than or equal to this current date here, then I want it to show. Close that. I missed one. Close that. And close that. So let's see if it works, and then we'll work on simplifying it a little. Perfect, we got stuff showing up. So these are just showing the thing. We could do, say, like employee ID. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff with names here. So this is kind of giving me a list. If I wanted to, I would have like the employee names listed here. That's how I would do if I wasn't trying to do this. So now it's showing me who, so this person here has, they must have picked a range, so it's got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. So a lot of times what we'll have is people will pick, you know, they'll say from Thursday till Tuesday. So what I'll do on this is I don't want this to show up on Saturday and Sunday because they're not actually using a PTO on that day. There are a few ways you could do that. You could put the box over the top of it and make it where it, you know, like it where it shows. If not, so if it's Saturday or Sunday, a box is visible, and if it's not Saturday or Sunday, it's not. What I normally do is just show whether or not the gallery shows. So let me clean this up just a tiny bit. I don't think we need all of that extra parentheses in there. And then I could add status, like only the ones that are approved, that kind of thing. So let's do, don't know if I have to have this date value. I'm going to try to take it off and see. Let's see if it still works. Extra there. Extra there. Yeah, that's much cleaner. So let's do this. Okay, so now we've got that showing. The gallery here, so we could say, so that same kind of thing that we did on the fill where we're looking for this, if it's 1 or 7, let's copy that off. We're just going to take that first little bit of it. And we're going to go here to the visibility of this gallery. So if it's 1 or 7, then I don't want it to be hidden, otherwise I don't. There. Now if it's a weekend, you just don't even see it. So let's just kind of go ahead. So see, then once you'll definitely want to look at some that have a lot in there so that you can start playing around with the sizes and the heights and all of that fun stuff. I would do it a little smaller, say 10 even. You can still see that. Let's do 20. Okay, maybe center it. then I'll maybe give it a little fill color or border. Just a few little things that really don't have anything to do with functionality, but it just shows that you can make it look a little nicer. So we want this template size to be 30. So now you can really see, like, you know, a lot of people took off Wednesday. So now you could go in, you could add sorting if you wanted to sort by the name. You could add some fill solutions here. So let's say that I wanted to show different colors off the status or something. So let me see. Well, let's just go in front of that. So there's some people I think that have asked off here and haven't got off yet. So let's say if the status is approved, then make it, oh, close, make it green. If it's not, and let's do the clear color. Maybe not. We'll do it for now. What is this? Oh, this item. There, so now I can see the ones that have been approved, and then there's some that haven't. I could filter and let it only show ones that are approved. There's several different things that we could do there. Okay, so I did a little bit of formatting here. Got something here. Look and see what, oh, it's because we copied it up top. So got an error here. We're going to remove that off and give this just no fill because the box is behind it. And so what I did is I changed this gallery here where it's got a wrap count of 2, so it'll list the stuff a little better. So like I said, when we actually use this, I'll probably put a name in here, so you'll just have to play around with how much data you have to see what you want it listed. If I can fit a name with 2 columns, I will. If not, I'll go back to a single column. And then I've just got it where it shows based on the status. So if it's green, it's been approved, and if it's the lighter red color, it means that it has not been approved, it's just been requested. I may do some of mine where it shows different colors for different departments if I was showing everyone. There's just a lot of different things that you can do at this point. I like sometimes to use the tooltips for this, so I could put like a lot of information here if I wanted to, but one example would just say I want to just show this item dot department, but I could put a lot of text here if I wanted to. So if somebody just wanted to be able to just kind of hover over it, they could see what department each of these people are. So there's a few things you could do with that if you don't want to open up more detail, but you could also have where when they click on it, it does a little pop-up, and just use a local variable with update context where it'll pull up more detail. So there's a lot that you could take this and kind of build on and do more with it. So now that I've got this all set up, I'm definitely going to play around with it and figure what else I can do with it. Okay, well, I hope that this helps someone with some of the stuff that you want to do. Thank you. Bye.